Welcome, welcome, welcome. Ladies and gentlemen, I am Natan 𝗧𝗿𝗀𝗀𝗀, your host with the most. We are here today on the Frequency of Abundance. We are in Season 2. We are finishing up the first week, welcoming back the new year, getting goals set, getting things on point, being ready to face all the wonderful, exciting challenges ahead. There's no obstacles. They're not difficult. You focus on a reset of mind and body, and your spirit will guide you through the rest. So, on today's talk, I'm so excited. And if you don't know where we're coming from here, I'll pop this into the chat so that you've got some contact information for everybody. There you go. Now, this is a wonderful 7 days a week captivating talk. It's the Frequency of Abundance group. So Mondays we do motivational Mondays. Today's triumphant Thursdays, and we're going to have so much fun. Every day of the week, Monday to Friday, is 10 a.m. Eastern. Come tune in. Grab us everywhere from LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube, to name it. And also when we're playing, make sure on the weekend you know that we let you sleep in a little bit. And that's when we ask you to come on in around 1 in the afternoon on Saturdays for Sewing Saturdays and Successful Sundays. And that's how we get to stay and play. If you want access to all of this, join the free community over on LinkedIn. The clicky, linky thing is in the chat. And it's right there. If you wanted to go to LinkedIn, you literally just search the Frequency of Abundance. Click groups. Boop, doop, doop, boop. We're the only one there. Join us. Have some fun. If you want to do a deeper dive, join the paid community. It's dollars a month. It's nothing. But it gives you a chance to connect with others, have that support, get that group coaching, go to networking events. The tide raises all boats and has some fun. So we're going to be opening that up very, very soon and available for you. Right now, if you're interested, let us know. Join the free community. Take a look around. Also, make sure that you know that this is all wonderful and sponsored, the Frequency of Abundance group. It's proudly presented by 𝗧𝗧𝗏 Creative Agency. That's the public relations firm that I founded that blows a dog whistle specifically to C-suite executives, leaders, founders, owners, professionals. If those are the whales you're hunting, that's what we do in a very unique way. So one of our proprietary processes is the way that we reach out. Another is the way that we engage. And another is just the absolute thought that if we treated everybody like people, wouldn't that be something new and neat? And so people become delighted. You can see all the video testimonials from the executives and stuff if you go to 𝗧𝗏𝗏creative.agency. Now, joining us, having us shine a spotlight on you, whether you wanted to come be a guest on the show, whether you wanted to be spotlighted and have a whole bunch of cool stuff done and have a big up opportunity for the universe and let everybody know and hear about you and feel what it is that you're all about, reach out to me. Know that today, where we're coming from, and it's a neat place, we're looking for transformational tools, and we're looking for transformational tools specifically for lasting change. So why the distinction? If we're looking for simple tools, that's one thing. If we're looking for transformational tools, that's another. And if we're trying to then squeeze that into the box of having them for lasting change compared to just a quick fix, interesting. We're going to end up with completely different results. And that's where the fun comes from. So knowing that, I'll invite you to leave a comment in the chat, love, share, give us a little bit of a thumbs up. I will pop back in and double check what's going on in the chat and make sure that we keep people updated and ask a question. Send some vibes. We appreciate it. Today, let's focus on where a lot of people need to think about an area of their life and say, hey, if I'm seeking transformation, set it as a goal, write it down. And today is going to be a writing day. So much writing is coming up today, but in a good way. It's all about you and it's for you. So take the time, give yourself that function, because dictating it into a tape recorder or typing it doesn't hit the same neural pathways, doesn't make the synapses fire as much as good old pen, paper, and making you write it out. So get your pen and paper. Today we're writing it out. First thing we're writing out would be your goal. Write it out as a simple sentence. I want to blank. Be specific. So, lose weight, gain money, have more friends, let small children and animals love me, whatever it is that you're trying to focus on and get as your goal, that's where you want to write this out. Let's begin. Now, why is it that a lot of transformation fails? There's a bunch of obstacles. One of the ones that I remember reading that was really weird for me, it was talking about how if you're gonna, let's say you got a goal of losing 50 pounds and you post that on your feeds and your social interwebs and all the fun stuff, there's an endorphin rush that comes, and you literally get half of all the feel-good feelings that you would get as if you actually lost 50 pounds right now. You get half of all the feel-good feelings just from posting that you want to, or that you're about to, or you're in the process of. Can you guess when you get the other 50% of those feel-good feelings? When you actually lose the other 50 pounds. So if I'm getting 50% of the feel-good feelings for free, doing nothing, what's my motivation to do all the work to only get another 50% of those feelings, only at the end after I lose the 50 pounds? We're wired in a certain way and we're not taking advantage of it. Instead, we're kind of at the disadvantage of a lot of online philosophy and psychology that plays into some of those, parts of us. And this is one of those that we talked about. So look for yourself. It's time to do a transformation audit. I'm going to write down some answers, and you can write these out. You can write these as we go. You can always reach out to me, and I can send you a copy if you like. These are coming live and fast, so I want you to hang on. But I also want you to really, really tune in and be there for you. So let's talk transformation audit. What's one habit or a belief that's holding you back? And let's follow that up with what's one positive habit or belief that you can build on. One thing that you can lose, one thing that you want more of that you can gain. One thing that's pulling you, one thing that you can add more muscle and push even more. Let those come in. That'll be a quick transformation audit for you. Let's look for your first tool. Let's go with clarity and vision mapping. So this would be the perfect day visualization. So much fun. Walk yourself through, and you can do this as formally or informally as you want. You want to make this light? Listen to the words that I'm saying. You want to go deeper? In through the nose, out through the mouth. Close your eyes. Strain the brain and visualize. Focus. And while you're doing that, and keep breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth, imagine your ideal day 6 months from now. Starting when you're waking up. I want you to visualize the surroundings, the people in your life around you. I want you to visualize some of those tasks in your life 6 months from now. And let's reflect. Let's see what stands out. What feels the most fulfilling? So I'm going to encourage you to write down 3 specific aspects of that vision that we just had. The perfect day visualization 6 months from now. Give me 3 specific aspects of that vision and what steps you're going to need to take right now, today. Go, to achieve them. 3. Tool numero 2. Tool number 2. Let's focus on habit stacking. That's going to help a lot for lasting change. When we're looking at proper foundation building, you start with these giant boulders and you have to try to squeeze them together. And if the earth shifts and moves, everything shifts and moves. Whereas if you started small, there's a benefit. Things can reform themselves a lot easier. So take some time for yourself and know that every little thing you do, especially if you can do it consistently, is going to add that momentum, is going to flex that muscle of consistency. And it's going to grow bigger and stronger. And that's it's going to get easier. So starting small is stackable. Starting small is something you can build on. Starting small is something you can do right now. Starting small is something you can also do tomorrow. Starting small is something you can keep doing. And that's where its power comes in and why it's number one on habit stacking. Let's do a trigger and reward tracking. So with this tool, I'm going to ask you to pick one habit that you'd like to develop. Drinking more water. So let's identify a trigger. Let's look at an existing habit. Let's say after eating breakfast. And then let's look at a reward. Something small. Say a minute of scrolling social media. Just silly stuff for the brain that does nothing, but give yourself that as a treat. Know that that's fun. Have some fun. Watch a silly YouTube video, whatever you'd like. Trigger, reward. And the habit stack for the trigger and reward tracking is when you stack the new habit with the existing one. I know it sounds so silly and so simple. Try it. Brushing your teeth sounds simple. Try it. It's good. It's easy because it's so good, and it's so good because it's easy. So not all of this change stuff has to be a huge uphill battle where you're pulling, tug of war against all of your demons and all of the bad things in the world and everything. That's a lot to do. So this is a lot easier. Start small. Trigger and reward track. What's the trigger? What's the reward? Stack the new habit with the old one and track your progress for the next 7 days. So you can adjust it as you need it, but my suggestion is to just run with it. So you've got your perfect day visualization for 6 months from now. You've got your trigger and reward tracking for habit stacking. Let's look at the third tool. Let's go with emotional anchoring. Let's create emotional resilience. So you're not, a candle in the wind and swept up in an emotional fury. As passionate and wonderful as it is, there's also times when it makes more sense that you want to be somebody that's a little more composed. And at certain times, it may be the most important thing for you that composure is what you need right now and what the situation dictates, regardless of your feelings. So your feelings are irrelevant. Like I tried to fuse it, irrelevant and regardless. It doesn't matter. What matters is that in this situation, you need to be calm, cool, and collected, and you're not. That's why emotional anchoring and creating emotional resilience is so important. So the exercise would be a gratitude anchor. Let's think of a moment when you felt immense gratitude. Really hone in on that feeling. Just overwhelmed with gratitude. Let's replay that moment in your mind and focus on how it felt physically. Was there warmth? Was there joy? Was there calm, peace? What did it feel like physically? That moment of immense gratitude. Let's choose a word. You can use a physical gesture if you want, but I want you to do that to associate with that feeling. So this is, when we talked before, it was about triggers and things that will trigger this. This is an anchor, and an anchor is connected to your trigger. And the cool part is that when we choose that word, or let's say instead of a word, you wanted a physical gesture. That's it, just opening your hand sideways. That gesture now gets associated with feeling immense gratitude. And so whenever you're low and down and it's going slow and it's boohoo and you need to get a boost, all you want to do is. And those same feelings of intense, immense gratitude will come back. Emotional anchoring, specifically for a gratitude anchor. That's your third tool. I'm not going to bog you down with 500 tools today, okay? You're looking at maybe 1 or 2 more maximum. But I want these to be the 1 or 2 or 3 that you use. That's why I don't need to give you 67. 3 or 4, that's fine. I know that 1 or 2 of those will absolutely resonate. And that's what we're trying to do, to give you courage and hope and go, hey, come on in, join in, say hi. Click the like, share, comment, be a part of this community, be active. It's here as an outreach for you. If you don't know my background and where I'm coming from, I've been an elite energy coach for about 30 years. Had about 15,000 people that I've worked with come through my hands. Wrote a couple best-selling books on energy management, working in the mind, working through the body and the soul. And I also was blessed enough to have started with Olympians, national sports teams, Cirque du Soleil acrobats, the highest of the peak performers in the world, and was able to transfer and translate that to business people, and then transfer and translate that again when it was time to come online at the beginning of the pandemic. So I'm blessed enough to have Allura Creative as a beautiful public relations agency that shines that spotlight on those coaches, those healers, those therapists, those specialists, those financial advisors, all those wonderful people that need to have their message bigged up to the rest of the world. And we also love working with other agencies, creative agencies, marketing agencies, because the way that we create our events and the way that we reach out to those incredible whales is very, very different than what's available elsewhere. And if it's something that complements what you do and you want to offer to your clients, we'd love to talk. White label, co-brand, have some fun, tons and tons of opportunities all around. Ultimate goal is to share more love, more light, and the tide raising all boats for everyone. So let's go back in and add some more meat to the bones here. We've gotten through the first 3. Your first tool, that perfect day visualization. Now, we just did the gratitude, anchor, and right in the middle was the trigger and reward tracking. Good. We're jogging your memory. We're not even going forward and backwards. We're Pulp Fictioning in, popping it in and out just to keep you on your toes. Let's go with your 4th tool. Let's look for accountability and community support. So the role of others in sustaining your change. We actually talked about this the other day. If you're going to get up at 5 a.m. to go work out and it's for you, by you, and only you, there's going to be a day that's not going to be so easy. For whatever reason, you're just not going to feel it. Not the way that you did the other times. That's okay. You're human. You're not supposed to be robotically the same every time, every day, in every way. But this is going to feel, ugh. And if it was something just for you, you might be able to talk you out of it. But if you were getting up at 5 to go work out with someone else, even, what do you call it, a partner, a spouse, or whoever, whatever, a girlfriend, a boyfriend, it doesn't matter. Someone else, an accountability partner, for lack of a better word. And if that was the reason you knew that you had to get up, it would give you an extra 5, 10, 15% more gumption, a little more extra oomph to get you to go. And getting you to go is so important. And knowing that you can't talk yourself out of it because there's other people involved in your work, in your relationships, in all of that aspects. I want you to think about that, because this accountability and community support, tool number 4 is an accountability contract. I want you to choose one person you trust. Think about that. One person that you know has your best interest in their heart. This is going to be fun because it's legalese. You need to literally write a short accountability contract. Outline the goal, the steps that they'll take, and the check-in frequency. So the goal is to, help you do this and this. Great. What are the steps? We're going to do these 3 things. Okay. How often do we check in? Every morning. Wonderful. And commit to the regular updates. So weekly progress emails or calls, tracking this to see, does it track? That's how you get to stay accountable. That's how you get to stay on top of your goal, because things could come up, things could change. The goal won't. You need to keep that, that needs to stay. You need to go around it. Like the wall staying up, you need to figure it out. Go above it, around it. Blowing it up isn't an option. Going through it isn't an option. Above, below, or around. That's it. So try, figure it out. But the wall stays. You don't get to just take things like that away. Those will constantly pop up in your life. And knowing how to creatively solve this is going to be an incredibly valuable tool for you. So, accountability contract with somebody that you trust. Gratitude anchor for yourself, either a word or a gesture. Trigger and reward tracking. What's the trigger? What's the reward? And that perfect day visualization. I think that, you have enough. Okay, fine. Bonus tool. We'll give you the goods today, all right? So if we did 4, we'll leave it on an odd number. For some reason, people from my side of the world like that kind of stuff. So this is your bonus tool, tool number 5. This is reflect and refocus. Daily reflection is there to help you track your progress and to course correct. What is the point of tracking your progress if you're not going to course correct? What is the point of course correcting if you're not tracking your progress? Gotta do them together. So your exercise, this will be the bonus one. This is a 3-2-1 evening reflection. Before bed, keep your pad of paper with you. Those are beautiful lucid moments, especially when you can have either vivid dreams that you want to wake from because it's lessons or something that you want to remember, or a thought that you had right before you wrote down. It's not meant to be a to-do list and chores for tomorrow. It's not meant to be things you check off. It's just pad of paper and pen next to you. And this would be one of those things that you write down before bed. So before bed, number 1, in your 3-2-1 evening reflection. Firstly, write down 3 things you accomplished today. 3 things you accomplished today. Next, 2 areas to improve. And this one's important. 1 thing you're excited about for tomorrow. 3 things you accomplished today. 2 areas to improve. 1 thing you're excited about for tomorrow. Give that a try. Give that a try and see how delightful it feels. Because we talked about that perfect day visualization starting from when you wake up. What do you think's going to help you wake up good? How good you went to bed. Sure, there's that part in the middle of how well you slept. Granted, and I'm not a posturepedic bed, so I can't help with that part. But if we can get your mind right and get you set before bed, the 3-2-1 is going to be a wonderful evening reflection for you. That's where I'm coming from and saying, you can have some fun. You can get the work done. You can be a positive, creative person. You don't have to just do this for others. You're not just doing this to become a better mom or dad or brother or sister or coach, healer, therapist. All the tools I give you are for you. But after you put your mask on, now you can go put them on for family and friends. Now you can go, and if your therapist say, hey, these are some tools that worked for me. I'm going to use these on my clients. Great. They're not copyrighted. Have some fun. You don't need to give me the credit for it. I'm good. I've been doing this for decades, for thousands and thousands of people. That's why I had to write the books, because I was sick of saying the same stuff. And I wanted other people to be able to get some of the basics. I'm kidding. I loved the books. And I'll tell you that in the capacity of exposure, if you're looking to make a bigger impact, if you're looking to have that bigger splash, if you're looking for that credibility and authority, and if you've already established a brand, so you're looking for more brand visibility, more brand credibility, we would love to say hi. That's where Allura Creative is, the public relations agency that would just be tickled pink, because we get to delight the other people who would love to hear from you. They just don't know it yet. If you want to be on this show, if you want to be spotlighted, if you wanted to come get interviewed, get what you have going out in the world, out in public, reach out to me. Say hi, I'd love to have you on as a guest. And know that today, Monday to Friday, today's Triumphant Thursdays, we talked about transformational tools for lasting change. Now, tomorrow, and this is going to be fun, Fearless Friday, we are navigating the intersection of time and energy. On the weekend, sleep in a bit, 10 a.m. Eastern, Monday to Friday. Weekends, 1 p.m. Pop in on Successful Saturday. That's the power of visualization in achieving success. That's why it's Successful Saturday. Come in on Soaring Sunday, and that's when we'll be doing mindfulness practices for more of daily life. So not just big goals and things. What can I do today? Small, 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 right? Habit stacking. Small actionable items that we can build consistency and flex that muscle. So that's for the rest of this week. And then, of course, tune in on LinkedIn, tune in on Facebook. We'll be posting and showing you what's coming on for next week as we go deeply into Season 2 of the Frequency of Abundance group. Join us on our free group. Go Frequency of Abundance, click groups, come to LinkedIn, have some fun. Reach out if you want to come into the community, and we'd love to introduce you and have some fun and play around there. I am Natan 𝗧𝗿𝗀𝗀𝗧𝗍𝗍, your host with the most. I will speak with you tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen. I'm so excited. Can't wait, can't wait. It's a beautiful day. Yeah, it's a beautiful day. There's a beautiful song about that, where you thank for the sunshine, you thank for the rain, you thank for the joy, you thank for the pain, because it's a beautiful day.